Hello everyone, creating your own video game can be an incredible experience. However, developing a successful video game all by yourself is no easy task. In this video, I'm going to share my advice with you so that you can create your own video game, pursue your passion, and potentially make a living from it. One of the first things to emphasize is that creating your own video game by yourself in 2024 has never been more affordable, especially with engines like Unreal, which is completely free. You can learn everything you need to on the internet using stuff like documentation, free tutorials on YouTube, as well as courses. And by the way, I have a completely free Unreal Engine beginner course which will get you started with game development. This Unreal course will teach you the basics of game development, and if you also want more premium courses, I also have full courses on how to make full games in Unreal Engine. The links are in the description of the video. Be realistic. Like many others, at the beginning, the first game that you're going to want to create will likely be too ambitious. We've all dreamed of creating a massive RPG. Unfortunately, projects like these are not easy to make as a solo developer. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but your project must be achievable. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of time. Initially, you may not realize this and dive headfirst into your project due to the excitement. However, after a couple of weeks, you may have to take a step back, and you may be disappointed when you realize that the workload of the game you're trying to create is impossible. I initially wanted to make this real-time based Pokemon RPG, so all the battles would be in real time, although I just did not have the resources to make this. Before starting a large project, I'd advise you to create some small games, or to even try and create a game quickly on Steam for a few months. It may seem kind of trivial, but this will actually give you a lot of experience for when you create more games in the future. Another important thing to address is how long you think the development of your game will take, so that you don't end up with an enormous development time. Also, when making a game, be aware that you're taking a risk. For months, you may not earn anything, unless you have funding or a publisher, so you're going to work for a long time without any income, which can be risky. When creating a game, you need to factor in two very important things: time and money. You will also need to consider what type of game you're going to make. Some people will tell you to create the game of your dreams. However, the truth is, certain game genres perform better than others. For example, Steam players really like deep strategy and simulation games. Games like Civilization, builder games like Timberborn, survival craft games like Valheim. Games of these genres are likely to just perform better on average compared to other genres, whereas platformer games are not so popular on Steam. So the genre of the game that you make actually plays quite an important role. To address this, you can look at what games are selling well on the market. There's this website called How to Market a Game. This site has loads of examples and tips and tricks about which game genres do well and how to kind of market your game to make sure that it's successful. I will also include a link to it somewhere in the description of this video. Keep in mind, when I say this, it doesn't mean that there's a specific genre that you should choose. There are indie games that have been released in a style or genre that no one thought would work, and then it's turned out to become a complete hit. Now, let's talk about artistic direction. As a solo game developer, it's helpful to differentiate your game from others in your genre. What do I mean by that? Have a different artistic direction or an original theme or innovative gameplay in your game. When you look at hugely successful games like Fortnite, Minecraft, and Apex Legends, you instantly recognize the style of the game because it has a unique, distinctive art style. Gameplay is also extremely important. Some games may be able to set aside gameplay to focus on other aspects like the story or how nice the game looks. But depending on the game that you make, you may want to make sure that gameplay is important. So for example, in the FPS genre, there was this game called Super Hot, which had this really unique gameplay. So in the game, time would move only when you moved. And this kind of made it fun and very unique. It also had a very unique art style. Now, it can be kind of hard coming up with original gameplay ideas, because a game is not just about its gameplay. It's a holistic experience. The gameplay must align with everything else. For example, let's take Cuphead. If I decide to create a game with a nice, unique art style, it can't just look pretty. The game also needs to be functional and play well. That's why, when creating a game, you should start with a prototype. Many people will try and come up with the game's name or the story before actually making the game. But before diving into all of that, you must ensure one thing. Is the gameplay of your game actually good? This is crucial. because gameplay is literally at the heart and soul of your game. Often, if people enjoy playing your game prototype, then that's a good sign. Also, when you're making a game, it's a good idea to put yourself in the player's shoes and ask, would I be interested in my game if I was just a regular player? Delegating tasks is also essential when you're making a game by yourself or working in small teams. Delegating tasks may incur costs, but you won't be able to do everything by yourself. Developing a game involves many different roles, such as coding, environment design, modeling, audio, and more. You can't handle all of these aspects by yourself, and nothing is free. For example, let's say you need to model some weapons in your game. This will take you some time, and time is money when you're making a game. Of course, if you want specific assets or you have the expertise, then making them by yourself will just be more beneficial. However, there are marketplaces where you can buy game assets like the Unreal Engine Marketplace and Sketchfab, where you can find reasonably priced assets and resources. And this doesn't mean you can't customize the assets that you buy. For example, let's say you buy a model, you can easily modify the textures and adjust the model a bit so it fits the style of your game. Doing this is often more cost-effective than trying to manually do everything by yourself and spending weeks creating them, because in the time that you spend doing all of those other different tasks, you could be focusing on other aspects of your game. Although when you're using assets, try and make sure that they kind of match the style of your game, or you adjust them to match the style of your game, because if you use too many different packs, it can kind of make your game lose its identity if it looks like just a mismatch of many different assets. Let's talk about distribution. There are two main PC platforms that you can release your game on, Steam and the Epic Games Store. You have to pay around $99 to submit your game. This allows you to access their platforms, which can connect you with tens or even hundreds of millions of players. However, keep in mind, despite this large user base, this does not mean that creating a successful game is easy. The truth is, a significant amount of indie games do not find success when they release on Steam. There was a stat which said almost half of Steam games have never made more than $5,000. Depending on what you're doing, this can be okay, but if this is your full-time salary job, then that's kind of low. Communication and marketing are also vital. If you can, try and build a community around your game. You can do this by sharing small clips of your game on platforms like Twitter, TikTok, or you can even create devlogs on YouTube. I think it's best to kind of post videos or small GIFs of your game on social media because they're visual and it kind of communicates the vision of your game quite clearly. My main advice would be to make sure that the quality of the content that you post is good and make sure that it includes a call to action to wishlist your game. Collecting wishlists for your game is crucial. This is because everyone who wishlists your game will be notified by email when your game is eventually released. Additionally, Steam will feature your game before it's even released, which can help it get more wishlists. And when you do release, if you have loads of wishlists and it sells well, it can be in the new releases category, which can give your game even more visibility. The release on your game is also a crucial period. This is where your game will sell the most copies. Although don't worry if your game doesn't sell that many copies on release, this still can be done later down the line. So on Steam, make sure that you have a good store page that effectively describes your game. Make sure to use attractive images and even consider hiring an artist to do the cover art of your game. This will communicate to players that your game is a professional one. Additionally, about a day or two before your game's release, make sure to send copies to press, streamers, and YouTubers. Many of them may ignore your email, although if some of them end up covering your game or playing it, it could bring a lot of visibility to your game. Finally, make sure that you're consistent and don't give up. Even though the market is saturated, I still think it's possible. When I was starting YouTube, it says that less than 10% of channels are monetized in the YouTube Partner Program. And by just being consistent and not giving up, I've managed to achieve access to this program. So I really do believe that if you put your mind to something, you work smart and hard, that you will be able to achieve what you want. I hope you learned something and enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.